Hello students, I hope you all are fine and completing your work well on time. I hope you all are completing your notebook as per the instruction, and if you have not done it, so do it fast. Okay students, today I am here with a beautiful poem of your honeysuckle book, and that is the kite. Okay, students, have you ever got a chance to fly kite? Yes, then surely you will understand this poem very easily and you love this poem also. Students, can you tell me when the kite festival comes? Okay, on Makar Sankranti. Okay, so you all kids as well as elders, they eagerly wait for it. So students, we all love to see fly kites, isn't it, in the sky? But we never noticed how the kite flies. So in this poem, the poet describes through words the beautiful picture of flying kites in the sky. In this poem, the poet describes the life of a kite. When the kite is new, how it looks like. When the kite is high up in the sky, then what are the things, what does the kite do, and when the kite is tied, stone, then what happened to the kite. So these three stages the poet beautifully described in this poem. So do you want to know who wrote this poem? So let's know. Okay, so the poet of this beautiful poem is Harry Benn. So let's know something about him. So who was Harry Benn? He was an American screenwriter and children's author. Born September 24th, 1898, Arizona, United States. Died September 6, 1973, Greenwich, United States. Then education, graduated from Harvard University in 1922. Works, he was involved in writing scenes and screenplays including the war film The Big Parade and Hell's Angels. So this was the poet of your beautiful poem Kite. Okay, so students, now here are the meanings of the related to the poem. So let's discuss the words and their meanings. So first word is dive under deep. So what is the meaning of this? To go into water with force and softness together. Snaps, cracking sound. Then the next is blue. It is a color that here it is used for the clear sky without clouds. Soars. Soars means fly high. Then next is climbs. Climbs means to go up. Then next is sail. Sail means a cloth on a ship or a boat used to catch wind and help the boat to propel. Tides, rising and falling waves. Crest, mountain top or a tuft of feathers on the head of a bird or animal. Gust, a sudden blast of wind. Slack, to get loose. Bridge, light wind. Then next is raggeder. Its meaning is rough and worn. Then next is flaps, to move up and down. Okay, so these are your words and their meanings. So read these word meanings carefully. Okay. So now this is your poem. So let's start the poem. How bright on the blue is a kite when it's new. So what the poet is trying to say in this poem, students, when the kite is new, how it looks like in the sky. Okay, there are different kites in different colors. Many kites are available in the market in different colors, means like green, blue, yellow, purple, orange, in different shapes, means sphere, circle, right, triangle, rectangle. Okay, in different shapes, some smalls, big, very big. So there are different kites are available in the market. So what the poet is trying to say here, when the kite is new and when the kite is high up in the sky, there are many kites flying in the sky. Then how the sky looks? The sky looks, it seems like the sky is painted with a beautiful and colorful kites, isn't it? So what the poet is saying, that time the kite's background is blue. Why? Because the sky color is blue. Okay, so all the kites in that blue background, that looks very beautiful, that looks very attractive. Okay, when we see that kites, we feel very happy. Okay, so here the poet is saying when the kite is new, it looks very bright in the sky. Bright means it looks very shiny in the sky. With a dive and a dip, it snaps its tail. So what is the meaning of dive and dip, students? When the wind blows high, then the kite goes up high in the sky. Okay, it soars up high in the sky. Then sudden it takes a dives. Okay, so it comes down like when we are in a pool, when a swimmers in a pool, they are high up and then sudden they takes dive. Okay, they comes down. So here the poet talking about the action of a kite. Okay, when the wind blows high, then the kite goes up high in the sky, and the wind blows down, then the kite, what happened to the kite? Kite stunned. It's kite comes down. Okay, so next, then soars like a ship with only a sail. So here the poet comparing a kite with a ship. Okay, as the ship moves in the sea, as the waves of the sea comes up and comes down, like that, the ship comes up and then ships comes down. That you would have seen in the movies or in the cartoon films. Okay, so as the ship moves in the sea, like that the kite moves in the sky. Okay, according to the wind direction. If the wind goes up, if the wind flows proper, then the kite goes up high in the sky, and the wind base slows down, then the kite comes down. Okay, then the kite it's snapped. Then next, as over tides of wind it rides. So what is the meaning of tides here, student? Tides means, it doesn't mean the waves of the sea, it means the waves of the wind. As the wind moves, the kite moves in the sky. Okay, so if the wind moves in the north direction, the kite moves in the north direction. If the wind flows in the south direction, the kite moves in the south direction. Then climbs to the crest of a gust and pulls. So what crest means? The top of the mountain, the top of the cliff. So what poet is trying to say here, when the kite soars high up in the sky, okay, it looks like it's touching the sky. Okay, it's look like it's touching the top of the mountains. So, okay, so when the wind flows properly, then the kite up high in the sky, and it looks very, actually the poet is trying to say here, the kite looks very small when the kite is high up in the sky. Of a gust and pulls means when your kite goes high up in the sky, when your kite soars high up in the sky, then you pull your thread. Okay, you pull your string. Okay, from the hand of the one who is flying the kite, from his hand the string goes high up in the sky. Okay, you have to pull the string on that time. Then seems to rest as wind falls. Then the poet here trying to talking about the another side of the kite, means when the wind is not blowing, when the breeze slows down, then what happened? When the wind is quiet, then the kite is also quiet. Then the kite doesn't dance in the air, it doesn't soar up high in the air. What the kite is doing at that time? The kite is also in the rest moment. When string goes slack, you wind it back. So slack means loose here. Okay, so what poet is trying to say here, when your kite, when the wind is not blowing, okay, then what happened? When then your kite comes down at that time. So what you have to do at that time? You immediately wrap the string around the चरखी. आप धागा लपेटते हैं ना अपनी चरखी में, अगर आपकी kite नीचे की तरफ आती है तो. So that same situation the poet is talking about here. Okay, so when the winded back means when the wind is not flowing, when the wind is not in proper direction. So what happened? Your kite, your thread your string becomes loose, and you have to wrap up as fast as you wrap up the string around the charkhi. Okay, and run until a new breeze blows. And what happened then? Suddenly what happened next? Again when the breeze blows in a smooth direction, wind blows fast, then what happened? Again your kite goes up high in the sky, it soars up high in the sky, and its wings feel and up it goes. So here the poet is talking about, here the poet comparing a kite with a bird. Okay, how the bird flies in the sky? When the bird goes up in the sky, it spreads its wings, okay, and feel the air. And when the air is filled with wings, then it flies up high in the sky. Okay, so like that bird, the kite goes high up in the sky. Okay, when the air moves in direction, then the kite goes up high in the sky. Means here the poet is talking about all the action of the kites, how the kite moves in the sky. How bright on the blue is the kite when it's new. So here again poet is saying, poet repeating this line, when the kite is new, how it looks like in the sky. It looks very bright, it looks very shinier, it looks like a diamond in the sky. Okay, so poet comparing here with different things to the kite. But a raggeder thing you never will see. So student, what is the meaning of raggeder? Raggeder means torn, worn. Okay, in the example we can say that when you work very hard and you feel very tired at that time. Okay, your body need to take rest. You feel pain. So what do at that time? You take rest. Okay, so here the poet is comparing the kite with same raggeder human. Okay, as we work very hard and we feel tired, so like the same the kite feels tired. Okay, when the kite moves up high in the sky, it soars up high in the sky, it danced in the air, it touches the crest, then it takes dives deep, it comes down. Okay, so all this action the poet is talking about in this poem. So the poet comparing the kite with a raggeder human here. The poet beautifully personified the kite with a raggeder human. Okay, so here the poet using the similes, it is called personification. Okay, so the poet gives the quality of a human to the kite here. Okay, so here the poet using personification. This is called personification. So when it slaps on a string in the top of a tree. So what a poet in this line, the poet tone is very sad. He is feeling very sad. Why? Because now the kite is thrown. Now the kite is dead. Okay, it is set up of life. So what the poet is saying here, when your kite is torn and dead, your kite is struck. When your kite struck somewhere, might get struck, someone would take your kite if you are not flying properly. So here the poet is very sad because the kite is torn and now the kite is dead. So he is not feeling good. So would you like to see a torn kite? No, nobody would like to see a torn kite. When your kite torn, then what you do at that time? You immediately go to the market and buy a new kite, and then you again fly it up high in the sky. So nobody would like to a torn kite, old kite. If your kite becomes old, then what do you hardly bother about it? Okay, what do you do at that time? You bring a new kite and flies high in the sky. Okay, so this was all about your poem, what the poet was trying to say here. So students, I hope you enjoyed this poem. I hope you understood this poem. Now let's see. This is your working with the poem, that is in your textbook. Question number 1. List out the action words in the poem. So action words, what are the action words, students? Action words are verbs, okay, which shows the action on movement of the person and things. Okay, what the person and things are doing, they tells us. So dive, deep, snaps. In simple example, we can say that, for example, what I am doing here, I am teaching. Okay, what you are doing, you are reading, you are writing. Children jump, bird fly. So fly, jump, reading, writing. What this word shows? This word shows what the people or things are doing. Okay, so these are called action verbs. Action words, and action words are verbs. So what you have to do here, you have to find out some action words through the poem, and you have to write here, and you have to write the meanings also of that particular words. Okay, that's so that you will do yourself it. Now the question number 2, read these lines from the poem. So then soars like a ship with only a sail. The movement of the kite is compared to a ship with a sail, that I told you. This is called a simile. Okay, so can you suggest what or who the following actions may be compared to? So in this question, what the poet is trying to say? Here the poet is use the word simile. So what is simile? Simile, students, when we compare two things, okay, using words like or as. So in this poem, poet compared kite with so many examples like sail, ship of a sail, and birds. Okay, so here the poet using the simile, and the another one that I told you, that is personification. Two figure of speech poet used in this poem. Okay, so simile, I hope you understood what is simile. When we compare two things and using words like or as. Okay, so that is called simile. So what is the question? He runs like. So you can write anything. Okay, he runs like a tiger, he runs like a deer. You can write whatever you want to write here, you can write here. She sings like, so she sings like a nightingale, koel. Okay, whatever you want to write here, it shines like. So what the things are shines like diamond, like star. So anything you can write here. So that you have to do it yourself. Okay, use your mind and do it. Now the next question is, try to make a kite, collect the things required such as color, paper, newspaper, thread, glue, a thin stick that can be bent. After making the kite, paste in your notebook. Okay, so this is your activity. What you have to do here? You have to make a kite, okay, with these things. The things are mentioned here. So you have to make a kite and then you paste that kite in your notebook. Okay, so you make your beautiful kite and paste in your notebook. Okay students, so this was your lesson. I hope you enjoyed and understood this lesson. So students, kite is not only a recreational tool. Kite teaches us many lessons of life. Kite, we can learn many things from kite. That what kites teach us, if we care for others, they will care for us. Kites teach us we need others to help us, to lift us, keep us flying, keep our ties strong just like a kite. So students, be like kite, fly high with success. Okay, so take care.